Hey, it's what is it? What is today? Today's what? Ranking the tracks? It's what? Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Wednesday is back. It's here. It's Two Legs, the live edition. Tom Hunyadi here with my buddy Andy Nichols. Andy, what's going on, my friend?
I have Ursa Major, Ursa Minor stuck in my head.
Oh no. You might want to check the live chat feed.
Yeah, we're gonna confirm that that works.
Yeah, make sure that that's going good.
Yep. Hold on.
Right
Yeah.
now, saying action isn't allowed.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Uh, Action not allowed. We can't have that.
So we're working on that right now,
Yeah,
guys and
hold on.
gals.
Hold on. I don't know why this happens every week. It should just automatically go. Don't
Yeah,
like that.
exactly. Yeah, we're live, so that should be it, you know?
I don't like that stuff.
Yeah.
It should just be automatic. Hold on. Switch. Come on. Okay.
So don't fret, people. We're going to be
We need a couple of minutes to iron the kinks out anyway.
yeah. So anyways,
Now,
so ranking the tracks is back. It's Wednesday night. It's press to play. This bad boy right here. Now, right, Andy's got the vinyl version. That's the 10 song version. So that's what we're going to be going by tonight. And the three bonus tracks, the Tough on a Tightrope, It's Not True, and Right Away, that will be included in our 80s non-LP
yes.
rankings. So we will do that. And
All right. It should be good
here
to
we
go now.
go. Yes, here we go. We are up and running. Say hello, everyone.
Make sure I'm figure 15 watching. Okay. So which
Yeah,
I just wish it would automatically go to default with that. I don't know why I have to enable it every week. But I think
yeah,
we only had the one show where people couldn't chime in, but we'll give it a sec.
yeah.
Oh, there's Tom saying hello. Hi Tom. How you doing?
Hey, good to see you, buddy. Good
You
to
don't
see you.
yeah, hanging
There
in
we
there.
go. Shadow, Oliver, Jacob. What's going on, fellas? Good to see you guys.
Oh, Shadow, you crack me up.
Strawberry Fields Forever.
Oh, please. Please. Of
Evening to
course.
you, Brendan. Hope you're doing well.
Good. So
Yeah.
it is working. Yeah. Very good.
Yes, and Susan, our wonderful Susan Surge. Good to see
I
you.
just saw Susan's ranking a little bit before we went live.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our buddy
Interesting.
Hudson over at the I Know show. Check out I Know, a Beatles and solo Beatles podcast with our friend Hudson. Hudson, good job on that, my friend.
Tony Mack, hello from
Thanks.
Ireland. Cool.
Yay. Wow, Ireland. Awesome. Thank you.
Cool.
Thank you for being here from Ireland.
Yeah. A master can highlight the phrases. Hi, Ed.
Yeah, Tom. We had to work it out. Once again, it's the kinks from time to time. Tom, good to see you. So got two Toms here joining this Tom. So
yeah, that Tom, that guy. Yeah.
in final treble after McCartney through Oliver. I mean, you can't get a bigger allowance, Oliver, for the McCartney lyric book. I mean, plus it's not coming out until November, so obviously the big news.
Put that thing on a Christmas list.
I mean, it's not
Whatever.
coming out till now. So obviously the big news today. I mean, it was kind of leaked yesterday, but the
Yeah.
big news today is the Paul McCartney lyrics. It's a book. It's a hell of a book. Hell of a book. The thing's massive. It's available to pre-order now in the UK and US. I pre-ordered mine here in the US. So
You already did pre-order it, huh?
I
Through
already
who?
pre-ordered.
Through Paul's site or
Me.
no? No, through what site though?
Oh, Amazon. Amazon.
You did. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's only one edition, right? We don't have any deluxes
Yeah,
yet or anything.
not yet. There's not different color covers or
Okay.
different color pages, so you're not going to have to, buy 4 or 5 of them. Like
Yes.
we did for McCartney. Oh, and I hope it's worth it, Tony. Tony, good to see you. Our good friend Tony DeMeo is here.
Yeah.
Jane, will the other me be in that book?
Well, that's the thing. Now, when you sent me this link last night to this book,
Right.
and I saw it, I'm like, oh, it's going to be on all his songs. I read the article today, so obviously the press release went out today. Quick article went out on the Guardian, and
Mhm.
let's see, it'll be as close to an autobiography as Paul McCartney may ever come. The film will be Beatles set to publish the lyrics, a deep dive into his life based on conversations he's had with the prize-winning poet Paul Muldoon, who was the editor. The
Okay.
lyrics, 2-volume, 900-page plus, self-portrait in 154 songs.
Wow.
So it's only and it's probably only going to be Beatles songs, mostly Beatles songs.
If they better not be. I mean, that's the thing. I was thinking about that earlier, and
it's going to be like 95 Beatles songs.
Obviously we're going to hear about Yesterday and Hey Jude again. I'm sure, but yeah, I really hope, because what is it, 58 or 57 that it starts?
56.
56.
So one would think that it's going to start with, if it's starting in 56, it's going to start with I Lost My Little Girl.
My Little Girl, right. Of course. Yeah.
It's going to start with that.
And then end with something from McCartney 3, maybe.
Probably, so it's going to be released on November 2nd. It will be a kaleidoscope rather than a chronological account of McCartney's life, said the publisher Alan Lane, and will cover the musician's earliest boyhood compositions.
Right.
He wrote his first song at 14, which Tom and I just talked about, through the Beatles to his catalog with Wings, solo albums, and his present life. The book will cover the circumstances in which they were written, the people and the places that inspired them, and what McCartney thinks of them now.
Right.
McCartney said, more often than I can count, if I've been asked if I would write an autobiography, but the time has never been right. This is the one thing I've always managed to do, whether at home or on the road, is to write new songs. So,
right. So first thing that came to my mind too was, is it going to be like the I Me Mine book, where we got the handwritten lyrics and you got a little bit of a little knowledge of each song that George described, in the book. We'll see.
Right. It could be a little bit like I Me Mine. Right. I wish the other me would be in the book, James. It should be. It really should be.
Yeah, no rainbow page.
Yeah, I hope there's a healthy amount of solo stuff in there. But
absolutely. I mean, he needs to pay more attention to the
Driving Rain being it. Yeah, probably not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go for a drive. Yeah, I think the editor is going cut on that track.
Salamander, all that stuff.
Yeah. Chris says, I stayed up to 1 a.m. for this. Usually I catch up in the morning. That's the power of Press to Play. Whoa.
Oh, Chris. Wow. Exactly. Well, thank you for being here, my friend. Thank you. Wow. This is great. Really good. Okay. So, Press to Play, since I've been, listening to it, I've always thought it to be like a love-hate type deal. Some people love it. A lot of people hate it. Lately,
some people really love it, Ken Michael.
Yeah, exactly. Well, some people really hate it, so it's interesting to see, more and more love for this album. I know a lot of people's gripe about this album is the production.
Sure. Yeah, sure. The Hugh Padgham production, which is littered through a lot of all this stuff. It, back there in the 80s, full of stuff. So yeah, the production really puts a lot of people off.
Right. Yeah, Tony, I've always preferred the first side of Press to Play. Same here, my friend.
I knew Tom felt that same way too. Yeah. Side one's definitely better. Side two, yeah, well, I mean, we'll get into it. But I have to say, it's probably the only McCartney album that I really have a hard time listening to from start to finish. I think I might have listened to it start to finish maybe a handful of times in my life. It's just
really
by the time it gets to like Angry, You're
checked out.
I've checked out.
Yeah. No, I get it. I definitely get it.
Yeah.
Who hate this album? Carlos says. Well, there's people in the Facebook page world that will tell you that they hate this album.
And Jerry plays amazing on the end. Jerry Murata, who we interviewed here.
Murata, yeah,
he was
fantastic.
He was a great interview. If you hadn't seen that show that we did with Jerry Murata, check it out. He spoke greatly about these sessions and what a great time he had with the Mill, which was a brand new studio at the time.
Yeah,
so
first album he recorded at the Mill.
Yeah. Oh, this thumbnail, my God.
Oliver Hang-Glide is underrated. Yeah, well, too bad it was just a B-side, and it should have been included in this 93 edition as well. Too bad it wasn't. But Hang-Glide will be included in our 80s non-album.
The non-album tracks.
Right, tracks, yeah.
Yeah, I hadn't listened to Press to Play for years.
Okay,
but it's still not my favorite. Yeah.
Okay, and as long as you go back to it every once in a while, you don't. You never know. You might appreciate something that you missed the first time. I know bottom 8, but I do have a new appreciation for it now. Well, that's cool. Glad to hear that, Hudson. Yeah, Carlos on guitar,
Sure.
absolutely. He knocked it out of the park on a few of these tracks. Please don't put Good Times Coming at number one. Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with Good Times Coming. I mean, it's not my number one, but it's an enjoyable tune.
Yeah, it is. It is. So, yeah, this is 10 songs. I think the bonus tracks help out on the CD version. I think they do enhance it, especially Tough on a Tightrope should have been on the proper album. It really should have been on there. I mean,
fair enough.
If Tough on a Tightrope closes out side 2, that changes things a little bit then for me.
Yeah, you got Beans saying here in my top 5. That's fine. Press to Play is top 15 or top 10 album for Jamie Hayes. Cool. There's Mayo.
Hey,
still
Joe.
appreciate it. Fine. And maybe you never will. I mean, that's okay.
How much input did Eric Stewart have on this album? Well, initially
a lot.
He was going to have a lot. Right. He ended up co-writing over half the album, but was really reduced to just, that was it. He didn't really produce a whole lot of it. He only has the special contribution credit on the album.
Right.
So,
Yeah, I mean, he was tacked on to be the original producer.
He was going to produce it initially, and then he brought. And I got to say, the Hugh Padgham experiment was just probably not a good idea.
Probably not a good scene, and plus there probably should have been a little bit better communication between Paul and Eric Stewart. I think that whole Hugh Padgham thing came to as a surprise for Eric Stewart. On that sense, it's not true. B-side is album worthy. Yeah, absolutely.
Nathan Strong says Stranglehold is great. Yeah, I agree with that too, Nathan. I agree with that as well.
Yeah. Coming off is 2%. Yeah. Murata was coming off a lot of work with Peter Gabriel.
At this time. Yeah, he was working with Peter, as he talked about. He was flying back and forth from London to New York quite a bit at this time, as he talked about. Incredible, just an incredible musician. It was so fun to talk to him about.
Yeah, this. I think that Beans makes a good point. I mean, the songs are there for the most part. The songs themselves are good, I think, because there is a YouTube video where you can listen to these songs before the 80s production was tapped on there, so you can kind of get an idea of how those songs were started. And the songs are there. Yeah, I mean, obviously we have the one song that is still not released to this day from those sessions, and that's Yvonne the One, where please, if we get a Press to Play archive set, we need Yvonne the One.
Yeah, lots of remixes on this album. We're going to get to that. Yeah, we're definitely going to get to that, Serge, for sure. Lots of remixes. In some cases, we like the remixes better than the actual ones on the album.
Absolutely. Yep. An 80s album is in every sense. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that say this album is of its time. It's cut from the same cloth as those Genesis records or Phil Collins.
It's going to be really cool to hear a close to 80-year-old Paul talk about this album when it gets its archive treatment, thinking, well, what was I thinking in the 80s? Well, I was trying to bounce back from Broad Street. I was trying to go with a new sound, and I just threw it all together. Yeah. So, but like you said, the songs are there. And again, it's not shy of, there's all stars of credits on here. Tony Visconti, so the people are on here. It's just, I think that's that production stuff.
Yeah, I agree, Oliver. Paul's voice on Yvonne is pretty spectacular.
He put Yvonne and Tough on a Tightrope on the regular album,
right?
And lose, like one or two really bad songs. Yeah, it becomes a very good album.
All right. Well, speaking of those really bad songs, let's get them out of the way. So, Andy, you're odd. I mean, it's an odd number, so you're starting us off, my friend.
Okay, number 10 for me is the song called "Angry." That song stinks. I cannot stand that song, even though Townsend's on it. And I'm a huge Who fan. I love Pete Townsend. Who's on that track, but man, that song is terrible. So the "Angry," what the hell? Yeah, no. Like I think I've only listened to it like for 30 seconds. I just can't. I cannot wrap my head around that song. That is an automatic skip, whatever. I cannot stand that song. Never liked it. I don't think I'll ever like it. I'll be curious if people have "Angry" ranked very high. If they do, good for them. But no, That is number 10 for me. You're up.
Gotcha. All right. Carlos did say Rolling Stone gave it 4 stars at the time. Very true. Yes. Spies Like Us is one of the greatest singles by Paul, says Oliver. Well, maybe. Maybe one of his better 80s singles, I would say. Marcus, real quick, did Paul intend for us to cover the cover look double fantasy-esque? I haven't seen anything in that regards. So, but 10 for me is the very Beatlesque, however absurd. Never been the biggest fan of that track. Lyrically, I think it's pretty silly, and just not a fan of the production on that one. And I think it really, he really went kind of for a Beatles sound. I don't know how you feel about that, but
definitely evidence that he was going for a Beatles sound on that.
Yeah.
Definitely was, but
and then the way the lyric, how is kind of like a little nonsensical lyrics, is a little Lennonish too, in a way.
Yeah, he's always said that about that song. Ears twitch,
Right.
Come on. It's and plus the vocal phrasing on this, like with whatever effect they used,
right?
It just doesn't sound good.
No.
It just I have it a little bit higher, but only because it is a little bit of a Beatles thing. He's trying to do a Beatles thing, but yeah, I could see why you have this ranked at 10.
I don't think it's a really good album closer either.
No,
you know what I mean?
Definitely not. This is like put this in the middle of side 2 or something. This is what I'm saying. Like the album peters out. I think the album peters out a little bit.
Right.
So that was your 10. Okay.
That was my 10.
Okay. Now, my number 9 is the namesake for your other show, Talk Sport Talk. I'm sorry, but this song, another one, like with the weird speaking, like I just, oh man.
Right. I don't like sitting down music.
Yeah, no, like it was almost like it was kind of doing what he did on Back to the Egg a little bit again. It would be great to hear Press to Play songs live. Well, yeah. Like, what is this?
Ali says How Absurd is one of the best songs on the album. Well, that's great. That's I'm sure it's got its fans out there.
Yeah. Like this.
Yeah, because good question from Joe here. If it's Beatles, why isn't that any good? Because I think he's trying too hard. I think.
Yeah. Maybe the only redeeming quality for this song for me is just the talk more talk. Well, that's just not good. That's about it. And obviously it's the name of your other show, so it's but not a fan.
Right. Yeah, my 9 is Talk More Talk as well.
I love when that happens.
Right. See, but here's the thing, the bit at the beginning with the talking, and then he does it 2 more times, again in the middle of the song and then at the end of the song. It's just like
enough.
Yeah, however's a turd. I like Talk More Talk. Oh, that's funny, James. Music is ideas. That's it, Ed. Absolutely. But yeah, I mean, it's just so eerie and weird, and it's just
there's nothing wrong with eerie and weird. It's just I don't know, because we have eerie and weird on Pretty Little Head, and that works.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it doesn't work on this. I mean, because I think because of the song is not really like an eerie song. I think Pretty Little Head is lyrically is a little bit more
dark.
Talk More Talk, Chat More Chat is not an eerie song. I mean, it sounds like it with all of the the talking effects on it.
Yeah. Oof, so this was your 9 too. Yeah, this is a low. This is a
good point here from Beans. Talk More Talk is a good track if you strip away that production, and I agree with that.
Yeah, this album is a drag, Marcus. It is for a lot of people, but a lot of people really like it.
The chorus, talking more talk, chatting more chat is probably the best.
That's it.
In my opinion.
I'm with you, partner. I'm with you. So that was your 9.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm very curious how many we have the same here going through this. All right, so all right, so go ahead. So that was your 9. So
you're up to 8.
All right, so my 8 is Pretty Little Head. And
wow, okay.
But I had with a caveat, okay?
Yes, and I know what it is. Yeah.
You know what it is.
Yeah, right.
If it was the remixed version, this would have been a top 3 or top 2 submission for me.
Right.
A ranking.
Yeah.
If this was the single or the 12-inch remix, this would have been 1 or 2 on my list.
Agreed.
This would have been 1 or 2, hands down. The album version with the double vocal effect, it just doesn't work.
Right.
Now, go watch the video version, or because the video version just has the single track vocal.
Right.
This album version with the double track vocal and the echo, it just doesn't work.
Right.
It doesn't work. It's Pretty Little Head is one of his most musically adventurous songs.
Oh, absolutely. Kind of like Deep Deep Feeling in a way.
Yeah,
ever. Musically adventurous. Hudson, he says it made a great podcast name and show though. Thank you, Hudson, for the Talk More Talk. Yeah, Talk More Talk does, I think, make a good talk show podcast name.
It really does. It's great for that.
So your 8 then is Pretty Little Head.
It's Pretty Little Head, the album version, but I enjoyed the song. He did a misstep by not putting the right version on this album.
Gotcha. Yes, James, I will always admit that I love Karina Kaur. I'm not going to apologize for that, my friend.
No, he will not.
And I also own the Suitcase. I can't. I'm not going to apologize for that because people seem to give me grief over that damn Suitcase. But anyways,
what's your 8?
My 8. We're going to go Move Over Busker.
Okay.
Again, I'm not the biggest fan of this one. Again, silly lyrics as well with the Mae West and the Errol Flynn and, just move over, Busker. That day is done. Again, it's just, I like that kind of opening that, but then once he starts singing, I don't like his vocal range on this one. His voice on this is never been a favorite of mine.
No.
It's a fun song. I'll give him that. It's fun, but it's like I can't take it seriously.
Okay, fair enough. I thought you would have had this one a little higher.
No, not at all.
Okay, interesting. So that's Move Over Busker.
Yeah, that's my 8.
Move Over Busker is number 8. Okay.
Yeah.
My number 7 is the second track on the album. Good Times Coming, Feel the Sun.
Wow.
Yeah. Again, classic Paul, just doing, taking 2 fragments of songs and slapping them together, which he's always done in his career. Listen, 5 years ago, this probably would have been like 9 or 10. So it's inched up.
Right. I love when Jerry Marotta when we were talking with Jerry Marotta, he said this opening part, Good Times coming in and they're clapping. He said they did that outside and it was like they were like circled around a microphone and they were doing that. And I can just like picture that in my mind outside and they're clapping, singing it. I thought that was a really good story from Marotta there.
Yeah, that was a great one. Again, that was just part of the little. There's a guy that we spoke to who played on this album. It was just incredible hearing those stories.
Right.
Yeah.
Our buddy Macafilm says Hugh Padgham he thinks was the wrong producer for Press to Play, which probably was. I crossed the limit, says Oliver. Sorry, my friend. It's Nathan says it's one of those Paul rockers that doesn't go anywhere. Yeah.
Interesting seeing these rankings come in. Somebody has good time. Let's see who had their number 1. This is Chris Wright's number 1. Wow.
Right.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, it's a good track. Now, interesting. The Good Times Coming bit. He talked about basically Feel the Sun.
Right.
I was listening to an interview he did with this with Capitol. And he's talking about the summer camps that he used to go to. We used to go to Butland Summer Holiday Camp, which Ringo talks about quite a bit. And it was interesting hearing him talk about this stuff.
Right.
He's promoting the album and hearing about why he likes these things. But Feel the Sun, Shine In.
Right.
Basically, he's just talking about being a kid at these camps and stuff. Good enough song, but it doesn't really do anything for me.
Yeah. Our good buddy Mayo says Good Times intro sounds like a Viagra TV ad. And yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And I know you're kidding, Oliver. Don't worry.
Tom Brennan agree. Move Over Busker's fun. I ranked it at 5. Probably would have ranked it at 4. Okay.
Okay, fair enough. You just did your 7 with Good Times.
You're up.
My 7 is Angry.
Wow. Okay,
Now,
yeah, higher. All right.
Yeah, a little higher. Now, you think McCartney, you think Townsend, you think Phil Collins, and then this is what you get. You get Angry. I'm just a little disappointed, in the. I mean, the lyrically is fine. I get it. Put down on paper how you feel. Paul's angry about critics and people, talking about what he's doing, how he's handling his life. I get that. Put that down on paper and sing about that. But the tune itself, musically, I just don't feel angry while I'm listening to the song. I think it could have been a little crunchier in the guitars, make it feel like you are angry while you're singing the song.
Yeah, this song's terrible song. John Marino, Angry is awful.
Yeah, there you go. All right, okay. Susan, we got Susan the Green. Angry is her 7 too. Cool.
Very good. Okay, so that was your 7. So now I'm down to 6. My 6th is the album Closer, However Absurd, which Tom ranked as his 10th. And again, is purely for the nostalgia factor. I like the piano intro like this. I like that. Right. The lyrics kind of are nonsense. We know that. Right. They don't really go anywhere. But I like the kind of do-do-do-do, boom, boom, boom. But it's not a good closer, to Tom's point. The Lennon factor, which anyone can be angry.
And I agree with that. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah. But I like it. Yeah.
Nice
if it's Beatles, why isn't it good? Well, Joe, I like it, so that's why it's kind of in the middle of my rankings of the album. There's 10 tracks, and I have it ranked at 6. So, yeah, Angry is the worst for me.
Yeah, I mean, it says Paul should have toured in the 80s. I think it hurts to start. Yeah, and I was just watching an interview from Paul in 86 where he's being interviewed by the kid, Felix or something like that. Yep. And he asked Paul if he had any ambitions left, and he said, well, I would like to tour in 87. We know we know that didn't happen, but
the wheels were put in motion then.
Right. Yeah. He wanted to tour, absolutely.
Yeah.
So you did 6, right?
Yeah, you're up 6.
However, so my 6 is Stranglehold, the album opener.
Okay.
Now I think this is a good track. The rest of these songs I really like to love, and I really like this song. I do tend to like the horns in this song a lot.
You do?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, this is one case where I do, and I really like this opening. With the acoustic guitar. Yeah. I really like that, and I love how he sings these opening lines here too, where he's kind of like a soft, soft vocals there. I really like that a lot.
And then it opens up,
Yeah, exactly. Right.
So he's like opens up singing soft, and goes boom.
Yeah. And and then again, Murata told us another great story about the making of this video.
The video. Oh man, that was classic.
Yes.
Classic.
Yeah. Classic, I could have seen him do this one live if he toured this album.
Which somebody just said. Keir Smith said he should have, and Christian should have toured in the 80s. Yeah.
And there you go. Here's the single right there.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah. Susan's in sync with you there. She has it at 6 as well.
I love it, Susan.
Okay. So that was your 6th?
Yeah.
All right. My 5 is Move Over Busker.
Okay.
And again, you guys have talked about this album a lot, quite a bit on Talk More Talk over the years.
Right.
So, I forget what show you guys were doing, but I kind of just dug it out again, listened to it. And some of these tracks that Ken Michaels would talk about and you guys would talk about, I listened to it again. So this song, again, 5 years ago, this would have been a bottom half. I enjoy Move Over Busker.
Okay, fair enough.
I enjoy it, I like the Mae West stuff, Errol Flynn, Mae West. Right. I like all that stuff. Well, the rest of my life, I just like it. It's a silly song, and it doesn't really take itself too seriously.
Right.
So I enjoy Move Over Busker, but I didn't enjoy it until really you guys started talking about this album a lot on Talk More Talk.
Gotcha.
So that's
cool.
That's why.
Cool. Excellent.
My 5. Yep.
All right. My five is Pretty Little Head. Now, 10 years ago or so, I would have had this at the bottom of my list. But this one has grown on me over the years, especially, rediscovering the remix version, like we talked about. The vocals are brought up a little bit more, and I just think, the Pretty Little Head, the 12-inch. The single I think is closer to the album, but the 12-inch.
Well, the single still has the better vocal on it.
Right? Exactly.
It does.
So right.
Yeah, it does. I know he in the promotional stuff, he talked about this song being like, he wanted to, like, he was gonna think about like a movie, like all this kind of like, I was gonna give it to Spielberg, and I thought it could be like Raiders of the Lost Ark Part 2 or something.
Right. No, but I'm definitely digging this song more and more. As the years have been going by. So.
Yeah, and it's a great song. It just on this album version could have been so much more better.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and I think the bass in the remix too is brought up a little bit
Oh,
more.
the bass is like it's like a slap bass.
Yeah. And then I so love that little "She's Leaving Home" bit.
Oh, at the beginning of the video
starts. Yeah.
The beginning of the video is tremendous with that. You hear that, and it works so well. Really, one of the best videos. And then you see it cuts to Paul singing the good vocal in the video.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So worth checking out. So that was your 5?
That was my 5. Yep.
Wow. Okay. So we're knocking them down here. My number 4, which I think Tom is going to have at 1 or 2, because I know he loves this song, is Footprints. Yeah, which I know my co-host loves this song.
Yes.
Loves it. He's spoken quite a bit about it.
Yeah.
And again, you all kind of brought this album to my attention a little bit more over the last year or two with Talk More Talk, because I would really just dismiss it after. But Footprints is a gem of a song.
Oh, I think so. Right.
And it really, somebody said in the comments, I think I agree, it wouldn't have sounded out of place on Flaming Pie. I agree with that.
Oh no, exactly.
Somebody said, I forget who said that, but I definitely think this could have gone on there. Great song, great guitar work on it. The opening of it, gentle ballad. Yep. I'm sure you have it a little bit higher.
A little bit.
Maybe, maybe this one closes the record. I don't know. Imagine if this one closed the album. I don't know.
All needed Ringo's help with some of the lyrics on.
Footprints is a perfect McCartney song.
I think so.
It is.
I think so. It is a gem. I mean, it's a gem where, I know Mayo is not the biggest fan of Footprints, but that's fine. I mean, I kind of like it how I think Distractions and Footprints are almost kind of like a little
very similar.
Yeah, similar, right? And I really enjoy, his smooth kind of whispering vocals on this one. So yeah,
it's like a cousin of Distractions is like a second cousin of this song.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. Number 4 for me is the Good Times Coming. I feel the sun.
Okay.
And I tend to like the Good Times Coming bit more than Feel the Sun.
Oh, you like the first half better?
Yeah, I like the first half, but I think these two songs do fit together. I like how he joins these two together with the the kind of like drum banging right before the Feel the Sun coming in.
Yeah.
So it kind of blends in well. I like that, and I like the singing on this. It's good. The playing on this is really good too. This is one of the 80s production songs that I don't mind. I do like the production on this one
because it's not over the top. It's not over the top, really. It doesn't sound like you're listening to a Police or Genesis record.
Right. Exactly. Oh my God, finally able to pay full attention. Hard to pretend you're interested in a video phone call while watching Two Legs and commenting while listening on a very low volume. Footprints is 11, can take it or leave it. Okay, that's fine. I mean, I know some of these songs are, everybody's opinions are different. That's great. I love Feel the Sun, part more. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. Footprints is my 4. Okay, so you're counting all the bonus tracks.
Oh, he's doing the bonus track.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so this was your 4, Tom?
This is my 4. Good Times. I really dig this one.
All right. So we're getting to the top three here now. Yep. My number 3 is the album opener, The Pot Boiler, as George Martin used to say.
Right.
Stranglehold. Yes, Joe. The album's almost done. Thank God there's only 10 tracks, Joe, right? Imagine if we were doing more.
Right.
There's only 10
and
songs.
Check out, and Joe will be going live probably after this because he's been going live like crazy.
I'm sure he is.
But before you go, I want to say, everybody out there, if you haven't yet, Joe's got another great channel called Mayo's Movies. Check that out, where he does a whole bunch of different reviews, and every once in a while he'll go live and talk movies with various people, and he's got a lot of movie reviews on there. So check that out. That's Mayo's Movies. So do that. Okay, number 3 for you, my friend.
Stranglehold.
Okay.
Yeah, I was saying. I like the brass work in it. Really good hook, very catchy. Does it try a little too hard? Maybe, kind of. I've always dug it though. In fact, when I bought the CD as a kid, I was like, "Ooh, the rest of the album's like this. This is going to be a classic."
Yeah, this is again like a song where it doesn't really fit the album because there's not really. It's more of a traditional '80s sound when you got the the saxophone and still people. Playing the instruments, and you don't have like a fake drum machine, going on or anything like that.
So I think it's a hugely underrated track for the '80s era of Paul. And again, a very good killer. See, now at this point, he's just killing it now.
Right.
He's just slaying it now with the vocals.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's really good.
That's my 3.
Cool. All right.
Go ahead.
My 3 is the mega ballad on the album, Only Love Remains.
Yes. Reminds me of Lonely Road. Yeah, John said that before too. Good point about Lonely. Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Only Love Remains. Okay.
Again, this is I think a top tier ballad that doesn't get discussed a lot. I think it's like the forgotten great ballad in my opinion in Paul's career.
Oh man, you ain't kidding. You aren't kidding.
So many wonderful ballads throughout his 50-year career, and it's like this one gets lost in the shuffle sometimes.
And he really tried with it. He really tried with this one. He really tried. He played it live at the Princess, not the Princess Trust, the Royal Variety Show in '86. Yeah. He did there's a couple live performances, and so he really tried with this song.
Right. Not a very good video, though. Not a very good video.
No, it's not. But the live versions, there's a couple of videos where he's done it like on some TV shows and stuff.
Right, exactly. There's one. He's got Paul on piano, Linda and another woman on backing vocals, and the gentleman playing saxophone throughout. So.
But the classic with this is in the live performance when he did it for the Royal Variety Show is that he went back and said, "Hey, keep the jewelry down. Last time it was a little bit loud," which was cool. If you mind keeping the jewelry down, it was a bit loud last time.
Yeah, good lyrically, and then it picks up a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, if George Martin was producing this album, this would have been a big production. It probably would have had a big orchestration in the background. But this would have been a great album closer. I think not just a good side one closer, but I mean just a good album closer all around.
Good point. Very good point. It would have been a better album closer. Yeah. And again, if you've got Tom had the single up there are some nuances too. It does sound a little bit different. The album version and the single remixes, the 7-inch, the 12-inch, production. There are some differences, in those remixes, in the album version. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to think what else George Martin could have added to this song though. It's already full of strings.
Right, it is. But yeah. But I'm sure George Martin would have. I'm sure it would have been a little different.
Yeah.
But again, this would have been a good one to dust off for the '89 tour.
Oh man.
But then again, it didn't chart well. So
no.
Which is a shame.
Yeah, and this is my number 2, so we can just keep rolling into it. This Only Love Remains is my number 2 song. So.
James says it's a bit dull. Okay, that's fine, but I mean, I still think it's a classic McCartney ballad. Yeah.
I think it's classic. It's of that Your Loving Flame, Beautiful Night. It's on that level.
I think so.
I agree with you, partner. Yeah. It's cool. A great ballad.
All right, so
that's my number 2. This is my number 2. This is my number 2. So as I'm saying, it rolls right into it.
Right.
Yeah. I think I like the live version the best, though. I do. It's just his vocal delivery is a little bit stronger on that. But the video is not the proper video is not a good one.
Okay.
It's not.
Right.
Tony says Stranglehold. He likes that one the best. It's my number. Tom has it at 3. I have it at 2. And we kind of we're both on the same page as for why we have it as high as we do.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Tim's got Angry at number 2, trying to rock.
Whoa.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. That's the thing is, he's rocking out, which what we talked about in the Broad Street episode is he didn't rock out a lot in the 80s.
No.
So I give him credit for rocking out. It's just I don't think it's a very good rock song. No. No
Values are not such a bad boy. Way better than that. For that,
Okay.
So
Shoot. Okay.
You're up, brother.
Okay. 2 for me is the big single from the album Press. Fun video, fun single. This is probably the most McCartney on the album, McCartney-ish, or like pure McCartney, or whatever you want to say. It's just a fun McCartney little jam. The video is fun. I love the subway scenes. That's
underground.
There you go. A lot of fun. And I love Carlos does a really good guitar solo in this one. Give him credit for that. So,
incredibly catchy.
Yeah,
incredibly catchy.
Just tell me to press.
Yeah, Chris, right. And Andy is following form, Mr. Title Track. Yeah. I know. Because somebody else said it too. You always put the album title tracks as your number 1.
Who you do or I do?
I do. I do. Yeah. Chris Wright said, Andy's following form. It's the title track. Yeah.
And obviously you got Oklahoma Was Never Like This. Christian, you're very right. Serge, press one of the worst McCartney songs ever. Hey, listen, sometimes the lazy lyrics work, and we're definitely always quick to criticize when we feel that the lyrics are lazy, Cool.
It is beyond catchy.
Right.
If you can't hear that in that song, right. I'm sorry.
Good point, Tom. Tom says he's surprised he's never played this one live. I I could totally see him doing this live in '89.
Yeah. I think what did it chart to? Do you know offhand?
I think it was top 40.
It was a top 40? Okay. Yeah. James had it at 6. The Oklahoma thing again, it's going to happen, but I'm sorry. Between this, it's just a catchy song.
Right.
The video, and then he's like miming to it in the one video on the documentary.
Right.
Cheapest video I've ever done.
Hey, Robert S. Thanks for joining. Yes, better late than never is right.
Yeah. All right. So this was your 2, huh?
This was my 2. Press is for me is a good single, and it's a good album track. I like it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we can roll right into me because this is my number 1. So
there you go, Mayo. Better never for this album.
Oh man. Yeah. Well, listen. It's a great song.
Ollie, Lazy Stone McCartney lyrics are my favorite lyrics. That's hilarious, Ollie. I like that.
I don't know. I think it's great. His vocal delivery on this song is great.
Yeah,
it's great.
I think so.
He is on point here with his singing. Listen to this. This is fantastic. It's perfect. Goosebumps. I just got them. You see? You can't see him. I just got him.
All right, number 1, buddy. Number 1.
You're listening to it. This is it.
Oh, you did number 1. Okay, I was reading comments when you said
it. Pay attention, partner. This is it. This is my number 1, and it's for all the reasons why you like it at 2. This is like you're doing a top 10 list of McCartney 80s songs. This is in the top half of my list.
There you go. Bean says the
album hit 30. I was 30 at that. I knew. I was asking about the single.
Right. Yeah.
The album I knew went to 30 in the States. I don't know what it did in the UK. Probably did better.
Right. Press single did 21. There you go. Was that US? Was that US or the UK, Beans?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's your number one? That was
all right. Well, it's Footprints, my number one.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew
so it's a beautiful song. I love the acoustic guitar playing. I love the old white blankets. I love that part. I love he likes it in the snow. I love that part too. I like the opening line. It's beautiful outside.
Beautiful. Yeah.
It's I think the playing on here, and then you got like a tabla sounding instrument going on in the background as well.
Bean says U.S.
Okay, very good. Stranglehold 81. Yeah. So I mean, the singles on this album didn't really do well.
No, he works that magic word magpies into this song though. Yeah. Magpies, which makes its way into lots of McCartney songs later on down the road. 21 in the USA.
Yeah, he won't stand by my fire, or sit by my fire, Footprints. No, thank you, Vivian.
Yeah. No, I think a lot of people get a newfound respect for Footprints. I know I did, purely based on your feelings for it. Because when we were talking about this, you were like, I think I'm like, I listened to it, with your perspective. I'm like, okay, he's onto something here.
Yeah, and his vocals, I like when it gets a little rougher. He likes it in the snow.
Right. Yeah, that's it.
It's good. I mean, this is a co-write with Eric Stewart, and it's good.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nathan. He can't argue with either of our number ones, so that was nice of him.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. I'm sure.
Spies Like Us was his last top 10 right by himself. I mean, we know the song with Kanye, but that was with Kanye.
I'm gonna have to delete Mayo's comment here. Footprints makes Little Lamb Dragonfly sound good. Delete that.
Extra 3 songs makes a difference on this album. I agree. Thank you, Tony, for the Footprints. Good choice. Yes, Footprints is a Stewart co-write, Ali. Absolutely.
It is.
Yes,
Mr.
it
Eric
is.
Stewart. Yeah.
Yes. So.
And it'd be nice if Eric Stewart gets his day in the sun here on the archive edition. Where he can really talk about it again. If he's approached, I would hope he would.
Maybe he'll feel the sun.
Maybe he will. Footprints is McCartney.
It is McCartney. It's pure McCartney, as the compilation album says.
Could have done it unplugged, yeah.
There you go. Yeah, that would have made a nice track on the unplugged album.
Yeah, and you just wish he'd do some shows like that, like a Springsteen or a Dylan, where you tailor your shows based on what you want to do, and he's never done that.
Yeah, he's too. What's that?
Ethan popped on here. An appropriate alternate album title: Press to Eject.
Wow. There's our art director.
There's our artistic director. Thank you there, Ethan. Are we going to do the Unplugged album? Asked Tony. No, Tony, we're not. Not at least in this series. We're just doing the main.
Yeah, not in this series. Right.
Not in this series. We're doing the main canon on this year.
Yeah. So the 93 version has Spies Like Us. It has the Once a Long Ago, and it's got the 3 B-sides.
Once Upon a Long Ago.
Yes.
the short long version.
Yeah, the short long version.
Yeah. The extended is the better one.
Right. Good. Yeah. So press to play. Thank you, everybody. Next week we got Flowers in the Dirt.
Yeah, man.
Which should be interesting. Well, now we'll probably do the LP version as well, because that doesn't have Soleil or whatever on it.
Damn! Shut. What am I going to do without being able to rank that song?
Well, we'll have to in the non-album series for the years.
Yeah.
So,
How many?
I guess we'll know. Yeah, I guess we'll know where you'll have it.
Yeah, we will. Oh my goodness. So that was it, man. Press to play.
It was a good time. So a couple things I'll show real quick if everybody's got time, real quick. So there's this that I don't know when this came out, but this is a interview from '86 by Robin Ross. Yeah, from '86. I don't know if it came out around that time or not, but this is out there for you guys if you don't know about this. So this is a pretty good interview with Paul and Linda McCartney. So you can pause that and check that out if you want to. If you guys, this is probably a BBC interview.
Yes.
So that's out there. So check it out.
Yeah, we know Joe Mayo doesn't like Flowers in the Dirt all that much either.
Right.
As memory serves.
Yep.
So
I want to thank Ethan for all these wonderful thumbnails. Obviously, Ethan, I know a lot of people were disappointed with this week's thumbnail. Yeah. Such is life. But
I love the fact that the thumbnail of two guys yakking about McCartney for an hour. It was everybody's attention. But hey.
Yeah. So, but anyways, thank you, Ethan. You're wonderful, and everybody, please check out Ethan's podcast, Fans on the Run, if you haven't already. So,
Alternate Press, yeah, that's a great podcast too. Check him out for that.
Yep.
Check out the Alternate Press to Play. Yeah, there's loads of good bootlegs out there.
Yes.
That's one of them. Oliver, will you do a March video like you did in February? I guess to preview what we're doing in March. Probably.
Maybe we can try to do that. That would be a Monday night, March 1st. I mean, if you're, I won't have Talk More Talk that night, so maybe we can.
We'll give a little preview of the month. We can do something like that. I'm sure.
Yeah. I mean, we've already got the shows lined up for the month.
Yeah.
So that'd be good.
There's an alternate thumbnail that's not for public consumption. You got that right, baby.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to ask if anyone has heard the Korean mix of the album. It's totally different. No, Tim.
No, Tim. Can't say that I have either.
No. Press the Flowers would have been a better album. Susan said, this is fun. You got me to listen to the album again and reevaluate it. Enjoyed it. Thank you, Susan. I mean, that's a part of
why we do it.
This is a part of what we're doing. So, yeah.
We're doing it.
Will you rank Tripping the Live? Fantastic. Probably not, Adam. What we might do is after we're done with the track series, we'll get to the albums, and then maybe we'll rank the live albums. Yeah, the live albums. Yeah. So maybe we'll go that route. But we're not going to rank the tracks on the live albums for sure.
No, because there's
no need.
There's no need to. There's no need to. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Where you found the remix? Let's see here. Thanks, guys. Great show. Thank you, Tom, for being here. Appreciate you. It's better in my opinion. Cool too. Can't wait for Mine for Me.
Oh, it's our latest episode. Right.
Yeah, our latest episode this week. So coming Saturday, our new episode, Mine for Me. We take a look at 5 songs that were singles by other artists that McCartney wrote, and whether or not they how they did, were the same standards as the singles that McCartney wrote while he was with the Beatles. I know a lot of those were Lennon and McCartney, but we talked about the songs that were mainly McCartney during the Beatle years. Did his name have to hold the same weight, in those solo years? Were those songs any good? Were those songs as good as the songs that he wrote for others while he was with the Beatles? I mean, just it's going to be an interesting conversation, and it could continue one day. So, but we had a great time talking about those 5 singles that other artists. So we talked about Mine for Me. We talked about On the Wings of a Nightingale. We talked about Leave It from the McGear album. We talked about what else was there? 4th of July by John Christie
and Private Property.
And Private Property, yeah, from the Stop and Smell the Roses album. Yeah, so.
Tripping the Old Guys Crying in the Audience.
Very good music. Very good.
Bernard Webb's greatest hits.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very cool. Wings Ago was pretty good. Yes, it was. I mean, we're gonna be talking about that song in the show, Susan. Absolutely.
Yeah, we didn't rank it. We were just talking about them, the songs.
Right. So thanks for doing this. I now kind of like this album. That's fine. Yeah. See. Sometimes an album needs multiple listens for it to. I mean that's how McCartney 3 was for me. I needed a couple listens before I really got into it. Now it wasn't over 30 years.
No. Yeah.
But anyways, happy birthday, George Harrison. Absolutely. Paul's, your little brother.
God bless you, George.
Yeah. So good times. That about it. Anything else you want to add? Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already.
Getting there, almost at 500.
We're almost at the 500 mark, so we really want to try to get there quick. And then when we get closer to 1,000, we'll have 1,000 subscriber contest. We're slowly gathering things from our collections, and we're going to have this big McCartney giveaway for our 1,000 subscriber contest, and it should be cool.
Actually, music, George's birthday technically is the 24th. He always celebrated it on the 25th, but he said he found out he was really born on the 24th. So they kind of choose to celebrate both days, the 24th and the 25th. Hey. And anybody deserve to be celebrated on 2 days.
2 days, it's George. Absolutely. Why not? Absolutely.
Why not? You know, so.
Favorite, Hudson wants to know favorite Harrison albums. My top 3 would be the self-titled 33 1/3, and then All Things Must Pass. For sure.
All Things Must Pass, 33 1/3, and from maybe Living in the Material World, maybe, or the self-titled. I'm with you. Right. On that. Or Cloud 9, maybe Cloud 9.
Yeah, we got to throw Cloud 9 in the top 5 for sure. Absolutely.
Cloud 9, but definitely, I think it's not fair to say All Things Must Pass because that's on everybody's list. Outside of that, yeah, I think 33 1/3 is probably one of the best.
Right.
Of his. So
James Boyce, a good question here. Press to play or Gone Troppo?
Press to play.
Exciting. I'll be subscribing. Got introduced by Joe Mayer. Thank you.
Thank you, Monza.
Thank you. Yes, and thank you, Joe. 14 subs and then 500. Yes, we're getting close there, Oliver. So tell all your friends, tell all your enemies, tell anybody who will listen to subscribe to Two Legs.
Yes, so Flowers in the Dirt next week. Next Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we good, my friend? Anything else you want to add?
We're good.
Okay, thank you everybody for being here, and we will see you next week.
Electric sound. Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Take care, everyone.
We'll see everybody next week. Thank you. Have a good week. Bye.